Hello wonderful viewers, in this video the man of God recounts his early days in ministry before the power of the Spirit came upon him. He said the Lord told him that he wasn't ready to be empowered for reasons he wasn't initially aware of. Kindly watch, like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. God bless you.
You told me that you are going to give me the mantle. What's happening? I've been following you. Huh? What did I do? He didn't say anything. A few days later, I was working on my computer, and the angel that he normally sends to bring messages to me now appeared to me. When he appeared to me, he touched me, and he carried me away in the spirit and took me into the future. He said, this pastor, in fact, the first thing the angel said is that, I was asked to tell you that you are not yet ready. Oh. Me. See, I said, test me, try me. You find out. Then he showed me one pastor in my city. He said, because you are not ready and you need to be trained, this pastor is going to hold this mantle for so years. And the mantle will move from this pastor to this other one for so years. Then maybe after this one, if you are ready. So then I was brought back to my seat. Boom. A few years later, the first pastor that was appointed, his ministry started enlarging. So I knew that the mantle has been dropped there. Guess what happened? He died after 5 years. So I now discovered that I was not ready. When he died, guess what? The other ministry began to grow, began to explode. So funds were coming in. All kinds of things were taking place. In fact, the pastor, I don't want to go into details because the whole world is watching me. So I will just say it in such a way that the people involved will not know what I'm talking about. I used to play the keyboard for that one. That mantle, it truncated the journey of that man. He survived it. He didn't die, but his journey was truncated. So I now went back to God and said, Lord, you know what? I'm not ready for this. The mantle I'm talking about is not a mantle, it's not to minister to the body of Christ. It's to hold the territory down. If you don't know what an altar is, if you don't know what a demonic altar is, if you don't know what a demonic stronghold is, if you don't know what a spirit city is, I'm not talking to you. You know praise and worship on the pulpit, you don't know the control room. So you may not be able to appreciate the situation in which Elijah is. It took 12 years before the Lord now said, since you are the youngest to ever hold this thing, I will not give you the complete package at once. I'll give you a measure. I'm speaking in parable. The people I'm speaking to, they can understand me. Don't boast. Don't go and boast. Don't go and boast. Don't go and boast. I'm not talking about pastoring 200 people. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about holding a territory for God. The demons in that territory will pass through your house Yes, they will pass through. They will be passing through your house. If you are a giant and your wife is not a giant, the best thing you can do, that's why God gives people time to prepare, is that you need to train your wife to become a giant too. You train your children. Because the demons there will be passing through your house. They will come and check just to see if one of those days you are just relaxing and you don't understand the routine. You don't know the discipline. You don't know how to. What I'm talking about is applied. It's applied ministry, not elementary ministry. It's applied one. Are you with me? So, what is happening here is territorial governance. After the miracle that Elijah did, he was the territorial landlord thereafter. So he was going to call the shots in terms of what happens in the territory. After what happened, Ahab the king was no longer the strongest man in the land. It was a man that had no political power because he was in custody of the mantle of the territory. He was the one that would call the shots. There was a man like that. Okay, let me not take you too far. You're understanding what I'm talking about. If a man holds the territory for the mantle, it doesn't matter who the mayor is. Nothing takes place in that territory except that man allows it. And before God gives you a mantle that is territorial, you will die to self. You will die to your ambition. You will die to lust. You die to money. Because demons will check you. And just in case there's a loophole, it will be exploited. It will translate.